hello to all the beautiful people who are listening. My name is Natalia, and today, on behalf of WCA, I will be hosting this interview. WCA, for those who don't know, stands for World Consciousness Alliance and is a global movement that brings together people from all walks of life, cultures, and religion, inspired to use the medium of the performing and visual arts. Today, I would love to present our lovely Bojana Fabel. Boyana has over 20 years of singing and over 12 years of voice teaching experience with a wide spectrum of music, including pop, jazz, classical, and traditional Balkan music. She is from Macedonia and is currently the lead vocal coach in Singapore, with over 150 students over the last few years from different cultures and ethnicities. She has had many concerts, and the last one was the concert where she represented Macedonian music in Singapore for the second time at the biggest theater in Singapore, the Esplanade. Her vocal studies are a combination of classical singing, training at the Conservatorium Populaire de Musique of Geneva, as well as of London, UK, where she majored in popular music studies at the University of West London. Apart from being a teacher and a singer, she is also a music composer, performer, and an artist who cares about a better tomorrow. Boyana, welcome. I am really glad to have you here today.
Hi, and how beautiful people, as you said. Thank you so much, Natalia. That was such a wonderful introduction. And thank you, WCA, for having me saying some few things about a special song today. And I'm very happy to be here on the platform with all of you watching us at the moment.
Last month, you made music of the song Galaxy of Love. This beautiful song is dedicated to all the children of the world who are seeking a world full of love, peace, and compassion. I have heard this song and I can honestly say that it resonates with me deeply. I feel a deep connection with the music and what the song stands for. So, would you care to share what inspired you to make the music of this song?
Yes, thank you for the introduction. The song is called Galaxy of Love, as you said, and it's the theme song for EBC Kids. You know, I was not the only one that wrote the song and took part of it, but to start with, the lyrics of the song came to me from our dear Mina Obradovic from Serbia. Hello. And so we already made a song together previously, and Mina spoke to me about writing some children's songs for maybe even over a year and a half ago. And I said, yeah, of course. And then she started, giving me singing some things to me. And I was really happy. I said, wow, this is so cool. I've never done, children's songs before. And when she sent me the lyrics for Galaxy of Love, she mentioned that she wrote these lyrics at a particular moment in time, and then this could be the song for EBC Kids. And of course, I really wanted to do it. However, the melody of the song that I wrote and some other details around the arrangement, they didn't come immediately. And I took a lot of time actually to kind of accept the song, because this song is very meaningful and it has very strong words and a very strong message for the kids, and I believe also for adults as well. And I wrote the lyrics, in a day where I was not working, and I was sitting in a park here in one of my favorite places here in Singapore that I always go to. And I was very close to water and to nature. And the melody started coming, and I'll share a really funny story with you now. There was a lot of random people approaching and asking me questions, just like strangers, And there was a lot of people just coming and talking to me, and I couldn't really finish the melody. So it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to completely hear it in my own mind. Then I sent it to Mina, and she said, yeah, I really love the melody and all this stuff. So that's how it came to life. That was the beginning.
Would you share how does a creative process of making music looks like for you?
Well, that's a very interesting question. There's a lot of different approaches of how one can make music. It really depends on the type of person you are when it comes to, you creating or singing music. For instance, for me, I don't rely so much on the knowledge that I have. Because my studies and all that I've done so far, I do have a lot of theory knowledge, and I've been through a lot of education. But in order for me to write a song, I really want the song to come from a pure space of expression and of feeling. So for me, it's very important to feel. So whatever I feel, I just, I usually write a melody. I have the melody in my mind, and that's already enough. So once I'm done with the melody, then I can pass that melody to a friend who's an arranger, or a friend who's a producer, and then you always have these people who actually also qualified as arrangers, a producer that can help you with that part. So I start by the melody itself, by singing the melody that I hear in my head. Oftentimes I hear melodies and I record them on my phone, and that's the most organic way for me, and this is how I write music.
You're not the first one that told me that somehow the melody comes through me, and I am in the moment, when the right moment comes, expressing it somewhere in a studio, or I'm singing something, or I'm seeing some lyrics, and I'm trying to connect that with the melody that came. So it's really so magical. It's so inspiring hearing artists who are so open to just let the flow go, to just express who they really are and express their authenticity.
Exactly, I believe in that flow more because this is how you express yourself. I mean, but as I said, there are people who are a lot more, they like to write. Maybe they hear chords, or usually people who play instruments, they would go by the chords. But as singers, we are actually trained to sing melodies and learn melodies, so then we have that brain training already somewhere, and we just process a melody first. This is like the logical way how things work. If you're a piano player, for example, a jazz piano player, maybe the first thing you would do, most naturally for you, it would be to put the chords down.
Yeah.
And then the melody would come later. But it really depends on the training that we have, I believe.
I agree with you. Would you say, this is a little abstract question, but it somehow came like an idea. Would you say that music found you, or you found music?
I think for many years I had the thought and the opinion and belief that I found music, and that I was running after music. But during New Year's, I had a very deep realization, and I was writing blogs about it. I realized that I chose music when I was, a very little girl, and probably before, even maybe, when I was just about to be born. But it took me a long time to realize it. And the realization came as a product of seeing a very old saintly picture of a painting of one god who is dancing with a lot of other gods, and they all have this aureole, the yellow aureole that you see on saints in Orthodox culture. When I saw that, it's called Krishna Chaitanya, I think, dancing with the gods, and that in that moment, that brought me to childhood. I had like a flashback. And I realized when I was a girl, I used to make a scene and a stage in my garden, and I would sing there every day, on that stage. And this was the time when I really wanted to connect to everything, because I really need to feel life. But I didn't realize this until last year, which is pretty strange, because I thought that I'm the one that always have to do music and do something. Of course, you have to, but I think it's chosen way before music chooses us. But it came a lot later as a realization. So I guess some maturity is needed to realize that you choose music, and then it takes time. So I think I already chose a long time ago.
What a beautiful answer. Thank you. Before we talked a little about your project that is called Galaxy of Love for Empowerment of Children and Adults. You're starting this amazing project, and this is happening in Singapore. This beautiful action towards compassion and helping others is clearly showing us you as an artist care about a better tomorrow. So would you care to share this experience and tell us more about this project, how it is going? How did you find, how did you connect with the idea, how to start it?
Thank you so much. My face is getting brighter as we're speaking about it. When I wrote Galaxy of Love, I couldn't connect to it very well. I thought, why am I writing songs for children? Why must, I do jazz, blues, classical, and I'm very heavily into, the perfect voice and the techniques and all that. So I was very detached. At one point when I recorded Galaxy of Life, when it came as a demo, I was very detached from the song itself. But then when it came out finally with the video, I realized that along the way, we become very serious when we are musicians, when we're professionals, and we are always seeking for perfectionism, and that perfectionism was not happening in Galaxy of Love, because Galaxy of Love is not about the perfectionism. It's about bringing the message. And I didn't like the way I really, performed the song, but because I was connecting to something that is very pure, which is the children and the inner child that we all have. And I realized, wow, I really need to let go of all the concepts, of all the educational, whatever I've learned, and that I just need to bring compassion, love, kindness, and empowerment to the kids through my voice, and really connect, very sincerely with that emotion. I realized that, especially during COVID, I believe that a lot of kids and a lot of children are also suffering. The consequences are massive and are huge, and I really want with Galaxy of Love to push the boundaries and create really shiny and empowered kids, and give a chance to kids to learn the song and sing and really fully believe in themselves, because this is so important. And in COVID, I believe that the kids cannot express how much they suffered, but I think that I'm sure that they have suffered more than all of us together. I hope that with Galaxy of Life, I can empower the kids, the underprivileged kids, and those who cannot really express themselves. So through Galaxy of Life, I really hope that they can find some joy and just empowerment.
What a beautiful purpose this song has, inspiring you to do this project. I really hope a lot of people will hear this song, a lot of children will hear this song, and they will feel the warmness and how beautiful it is. How would you define compassion? What does compassion mean to you?
Oh, to answer to that question, I will go back to my childhood again. When I was a kid, probably 5 or 6 years of age, I told my father, I said, I really love people. I really felt very much for the humans, and I felt I always wanted to work for people and with people, because I really love people. I have this huge faith in humanity and in friendships, and I believe compassion derives from that, from waking up, the human aspect in everyone. And how do you do it? For me, is through showing my smile, my charisma, and my care, and lastly through music. So this is how I choose. This is how I show my compassion to our fellow human beings. But of course, compassion goes a lot more than expressing the between humans. You can be compassionate towards animals, towards nature, everything around us. So I think it's a huge topic to discuss. But let's start from humanity. Why not?
Beautiful. As you said, we live in a world with fears, with violence. Would you say that artists could express love, compassion, non-violence, kindness, righteousness through what they're doing, through their music? And would you say that they can influence people positive and inspire people to be more compassionate, to be kinder, to be more loving? How do you as a musician express these values through what you're doing?
Well, this is something that really struck me when I read the question. I realized that so far I haven't done much about it, in the sense that the education that I had to go through, helping many other singers to find their own path as pure singers. But I would love, starting with Galaxy of Love, as well as the song Reimagine that we did earlier, I really want to be able to open that space within me a lot more than it currently is. And I believe that with Galaxy of Love, this is just the beginning. And I think that I should do a lot more in this area.
That's beautiful. I really think that when you have your students around you, when you're working with your students, you're giving them so much. You're teaching them. You're literally giving what you have in abundance. Like this knowledge that you have from all of these years. I think you are definitely doing all of these things, and I really hope to hear so much more of your music, your expressions, and I hope that you will express these values and inspire people. Is there something that you would like to share with the audience, something from the heart?
The first thing is that, believe in yourself. But, it's really hard sometimes to do that. I found that after all that we went through globally over the last 3 years, I think many have suffered some kind of maybe physical, emotional, mental struggles. We all went through a very tough period in the world. And sometimes by remembering our purpose and what we really want to do, in life, that will give us that belief in ourselves. And when we place our thoughts and our desires, ambitions towards much, much higher goal than ourselves. Sometimes it's, I'm a big dreamer when it comes to, goals and ambitions. I always dream a lot more than the average person, I find, because I share ideas with my students, with my co-workers and colleagues. Oftentimes I feel like when you present something that you want to achieve in life and then you're not fully understood. But that's usually because you come from a very honest place. And oftentimes you can have a lot of obstacles on the road because of the way you view yourself and what you want to do. And if you have a lot of passion, and if you're really someone who's very sincere, I think sometimes it can become even harder because you will have obstacles. But purpose is something that we need to define, and each time we have doubts or whatever, we just need to remember what our purpose is and why we are here for. And once you know that, then that's the confidence, and by doing things, going into action and acting upon your own goals, that can bring that self-confidence. But we really need to define our purpose and to discover first what we are doing here. And then the time, life is really short. We all understood this really well over the last 3 years. So not wasting time, define your purpose and just go for it with 100% honesty and integrity and belief. That's all you can do.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know that some audience or some from the audience will connect with, resonate with what you say. I didn't ask you about this before, but I just thought of Galaxy of Love. And would you like to sing the chorus from the song? If you feel
Sure.
like singing, I know it's the end of the day there in Singapore, but I would really love to hear you live.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I have the microphone in my hands. And okay, just so you know, guys, there's another part of the song that is still not out there that we really hope that I can grow and make that other version, which will develop the song further. But we really wanted to put it out just so that it's out and we don't waste any more time. As I just said, life is really short, so let's just go for it. Okay, so the chorus goes like this. Okay. We are early birds, shining stars, compassionate, benevolent, caring for the world, for someone who needs my hand. Together we are stronger, together we are power, compassionate, benevolent, caring for the world, no more wars, no family, galaxy of love. That's my dream. And then it goes to, I am a small child of this world, one shining star, one helping hand. I might be too small to someone else, but I got a dream and it's big. There we go. And it goes on and on.
Great. It's really
Thank you.
beautiful. It shows like
Thank you
that
so much.
no matter how old you are, you always shine, and we all want to live in a world full of love and compassion and just express ourselves. And definitely this song is the beginning. When the children hear it, I think that they will be inspired and they will love to do all of this and express all of this.
It has to come from the heart, you know. That's where it gets to. It's the most, and trying always to be from the heart. That's the challenge for the adults. But the children are already in their hearts, so you know.
That's right. Thank you so much, Boyana, for being our guest for today. We are really honored.
Thank you, Natalia. That's a wonderful interview. Thank you so much for your time. I'm also looking forward to seeing and hearing some of your own musical projects, which are very exciting. Natalia is also a singer, so you know.
Introduction the other way.
From my end. Such an honor to meet you, and you're doing a wonderful job, you know, with WCA. Yeah, let's just keep it going. Just shine bright.
Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for your beautiful words. So we will end with the song that we have talked about on this interview, Galaxy of Love. We will see the video and we will hear the whole song. Thank you all who are here watching us. Have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you're watching us from. And don't forget to be a loving, compassionate, kind.
Shining star, one happy hand. I might be too small for someone else, but I got a dream and it's big. I really don't want any pain, any child to cry more tears. My vision goes far beyond to oceans of love, compassion and peace. We are early birds, shining stars, compassionate. Power, compassionate, benevolent, caring for the world, no more wars. Galaxy of love, that's my dream. Kids are stars, shining bright, shining bright. Light is on our doors, no more wars. One world, one family. Galaxy of love. My dream, kids are stars, guiding hearts. Compassion is on our doors. No more wars. One world, one family. One world, one family. We are early birds, shining stars, compassionate, benevolent, caring for the world, for someone. Together we are stronger. Together we are power.